Africa nana ya Knedu obekenkan and someone a man for adiabetu just say yan fama 84 na ebeda sponsors na ase ya hwe mu say yene Ghana Education Service yene Director General and say Ministry of Education yene omo PR Robert Twenkomo teacher unions, Ghana National Association of Teachers, National Association of Graduate Teachers, and Coalition of Concerned Teachers say indefinite strike. Adentia, Omwujidi say Openimbi, Yedinabe Director General, and Yadia Doctor in Cancer, Omonin a yardrining. Now, Kwesi Kwating a PR Ministry of Education. Kwesi Mache.
Chairman General, but also.
Boko there.
Peace FM.
Nyame adom boko ye ho ye pa. Na teacher unions, NAT, NAGRAT, and CCTGH. Almost say there's an indefinite strike. Esane say amon pese doctor and cancer. Amon pene wo ho. Na muso say.
Chairman General, no correct. Emte enche kra na president. His Excellency Nana Dan Kokrokoo a boy or Dr. Eric Cancer D said almost some no more Ghana Mumasiano in the capacity as the Director General of Ghana Education Service. Now I'm appointment in the by na you know much for Kabumuku Bobo here. One must say or Mubonyo so like a bear president is a no more be a fancy beer or mostly say Comunia in that light almost education. But the kind of style of Rakame, whom he also said other teacher union also had the Papa appointment not to be said, will only a day. Almost say Papano, one meeting Mary Juma. Then so when the initial as a Ministry of Education, the whom here father said, one more a bench as a Bay Juma. Now, when two in China maintain a Sibia day, Emblem. To see a Nanu Fiada, and that's a chef for Kabum Queen ACI. One leadership, we had not Thomas Musa no by Nagrat, Openia Fena in Jacabunu, and CCT Ghana, yeah, okay, Openia Fena Kinali. One Minister for Education and the Employment in Asia to train a require a fast over 1 a month. Now, Segasum Jade, Abba. Because the BIA, but because I assume you look quite since I the bread. Because we'll be able to say, for appointment in the maintain once now you have about 350,000 teachers or Munka kind of one more talk when you are in go now deny about 8 million students or more tertiary space or say one more school and I say bachelor money. And you know more to shame come now are there the for feeding say come on papa I tell for no ideas and be I can only a drink. There's almost seems to be brave, more can I don't be a drink. And so, a benefit is a one, son of a from opinion, and you know, I appeal to them. Now, some can so money or more council because they don't make decisions on their own. I want to come on now, the BCBR and then that was so, or more consensus, like a sampa. I saw the quadrant be brave, you go benefit. So yeah, the order said we 3 margin such a 2 margin for also. Yes, we say no more construction come on. Now, I could drink we didn't pay for drinking one and go papa and then it's here. And never know you know, yes, I know on Mumesia. Now, I help a pa. And they said be boy from when I Harris from mobile any ministry, employment, and education, no one penny push ya. GD or Hockey say, and then you know Musia as we beba. Now, I feel one more to call off the strike and get back to the classroom. GD or GD send the assembly na to be trapped.
Na muwa GD almost so teen your mocha and to send your okay yo. Amo pache se ansesa and yet adia bebaso. Or say Nat Nagrat CCTGH announced a strike after it gave the government up to November 4 to sack the new Director General. November 4 year last Friday announced mo yen shimu. Na amo pache say anya dia they will back down. It's said Dr. Nkansa ye banker. Onye training. Na omo you know so Ora Thomas Musa ye General Secretary of NAT and ɛne nsɛntwerɛfoɔ ɛdi nkɔmmɔ nti ɛnyɛ adeɛ asɛ sɛbe nipa fia bi kɛkɛ nti ɛdeɛ na ma wonya gyidie
Chairman General, who said in the first place, as soon as Obeja Tuma, as our baby be a friend engagement, so we will be better to Adrian now, we will be seeing here at class as a more custom. Now, in preppy, one will be I and Adrian said, and yet baby, we can Tintina officer, we can. And from us, the Ministry of Education, Sebi, yes, even though we are appealing to them, we can change our position or our stance. Sata person that we name say at a chair for Kabuko, one also can change their position on their stand. Meaning, a boa de more and command on Betray, as some are non Becca, and acquire parties in the Faso, now in Kunindia, ne Asumia de Abba. Ampa, one more say, Uran cancer, a beer on your TCD. Now, Osher upon an almost a banker. Osher the profile, I mean, on which basis a president they are pointing at. Osha, even for what dear more than banking because cumulatively, what dear war secondary school 6 years, what dear university 8 years. I will so no crown why director of tertiary or Ministry of Education for 2 years. It cumulatively 16 years. What they compare to Brown or a banker, and that's what more bank. Some resign almost 12 years ago, but that was around 2010. Let us say, what dear over another education history for like 16 years as compared to maybe a banking and no years 6 years. Now, I'm sure no sorry, be a Ubaya Chama General. With them, they are, we are Juma Baku be on our beauty. Maybe another Bakwami MC. And she and you know, Bishop Bakwami and Mr. was a Chama General, they say, who did journalist do now, your MC. And I said, be a Mikos, be a Midipa, maybe I'm a carpenter some 10 years ago. And then my child and I make a for Ministry of Education. Obisha my name is also maybe I'm a year Juma as a carpenter for 2 years in Tino. They say the minister spokesperson for the ministry, they will be a carpenter. Then so yeah, the enemy said at least we owe a duty and responsibility. Say Mama Ghana for in hand public church for no woman can you know such as opening the crown more can say what are they paying? GES almost structurally appointments on one make here. Since 1974, one make appointment of about 17 director generals. 17 director generals. So at least a kuma 5. One more you move to academia straight in the buy.
No mere professors.
Or mere professors on the move to academia and the buy still no more. The same is applicable to Dr. Rinkasa because professor is just a rank. Professor there, who is a PhD holder, who is senior lecturer. Dr. Nkasa is a senior lecturer, a PhD holder. And the Goha, and who had any pen go away or more, I say, Adena, they drew on the Anderson Quadia. My mom, Papa, said, Professor Miyakupi. One of the fantastic GES writers he died. I would do a by BD, even the Home Minister for Education. Who's not a professor of physiology?
Yeah.
No, it was into academia. But it's no balance anymore. So if you have a Dr. Cancer who has a PhD in finance, now also or in academia, now baby, what's there within the education space 14 years as a director of friend say a tertiary evaluating policy issues of Ministry of Education and then education for university for the College of Education. Because and the papa no on this service of here Director General of Ghana Education Service. Any family do also almost okay. Maybe a common as I said from Kabumu Punadre. A whole any who says, Sadia, you know, one traffic. Even churches, Willie. You know, Munkasai, if you are not in such a day. Abba. One also buy almost a more concern to remember if you are saying this, I don't know, Thomas, Mr. Sheriff, so. One of the stations is about. Now, it was say one more concern, no independent education. The independent business said, now, semi education is anyway. Also, be a one code training college, and I say one code training college, but whatever certification will grant or say 1 year education count. And so, it was say, Sebi, lecturer, what are there in the academia space for 8 good years? What are there of secondary schools? On the basis of say, the independent training college in Sebi. This is independent education. Now, so, yeah, you see, and you be the whole here, pan, say, you know, on Becassa, the Boso, our Brazil Council, not as we Abba. It is said, Nakopopa, by 2 p.m., you know, Musia, especially, I mean, they have been forthright, they have been forthcoming. On one common DNA and commodity and no more training, but before I didn't none, it didn't say there will be some flexible positions and there will be a middle ground that after doing down in Kungi and the Beba, so that the assessor will come back to the class. Media, Abribiano, Chama, make us say, assessor for your move fed that some double strike, heavy, one woman, one moon, womb, one woman for full, one more enquire womb, it is striking idea, a young of a power. If you have a cast, I say, you man, say, a your friend. Mulia Kuma would say they won't me yet. If you would obey Jumapa, if you would if you know you want to say for me, class or how. And she had the idea where is a jubro. The California chair, the moon at the seven wood. You know, no back Cassava who Brasimu, the church is in Machelomo. In Michelle be an anno fear they could do it, and they say, as our process are as we ever.
Na, all kind of send ye better be sad. Juma dia wudi Juma ukre mu say no we PR Ministry of Education na obi ana o sa DBN bi your friend Vincent Asefua say so emrahye bedwani ma otafo ono so dia tudwa brofum o say as a member of the Education Committee of Parliament, the recommendation from the Ministry of Education to the presidency is not only untenable but also unreasonable and backward. Sa position here of Director General Ghana Education Service mubabe ye enkitahudie bia nkoso. Is it unilateral? Obia adwina obia nchena adwene. Mentiase papa, how is it possible say Education Committee member of Parliament but trust asemi teacher unions say mpe enkitahudie bia ma.
In the first place, to grant, Mamenka said, when you are penny of what it was, comment to post you and one case were deleted. It shows that one crown or sebi would need comment in the debut. If you also the officer of comments in Crana was say, Sebi, one day at the temple of Kabum Konia, one day in Adria, say on the basis, say, or Master or Mokati, they are finding the cases in Yatia. A Kobe, PRO for Ministry of Education. So we say on education, you need to tell it. And then 7 years or Parliamentary Select Committee on Education. One more they supervise not what GS does, but what the whole Ministry of Education does. One more policies near the year, one more supervising. And I said, who or no on training carriage, only educational background, but he's able to work effectively. Because when you are working, Sebi, like a moon, you said, Nebia, over peace, one away, heavy. Wouldn't could be producers or so now we saw her at money at the echo. And he media we will say or not some more car, you know, and they crown in a so be any man, you had made so much thing be based said. Opening now crying, yes, some Nagasan to move you because Osha will post you, know, it's a bad 2 hours at your crown where they put delete. On the issue of consultation, yeah, I don't know. Sabi, a quite a in terms of set appointments, one more pass here, we share British Sharing Act now. For Ghana Education Service, only appointment of Director General, of course, and the reporting announced the only framework I also in such appointment, and that should be our reference document. Section 19, like I said, appointment of Director General, Abibian records have to be made to Article 195 of the Constitution. 195 so the 2 minimum precedent said. On any appointment. Of course, I mean the past I would say with advice of the council concerned, let us say Korea GS Council. And the council have not said that they've not been be a president, no man can as a president or one. That is not in contention. The procedure of the appointment is not in contention. The area in contention is our union saying say Nipano any education in Jomodede. 1 month. It's a procedure there. Union folk can whole problem it is Nipano Anna program here can one can say Papa in your competent to Debbie. One can say Juman won't you Debbie. One wants them to say Papa or yet it is. And when I hear you my JC soon down a point JC should say Papa said we quite dear 14 years. Why are Director of Education tertiary at the Ministry of Education in 2 years? And the Juman say your master cry or more cardia. And you're now obey my boy, papa.
But are you saying the 14 years here watch radio into teacher unions no munim? Obi any teacher union more than I adwuma pen a onim so chade.
Oh, I'm aware.
Enti how come some beckers on your education? Some way away ampa.
I almost say one more definition of education is what I call training college answer. And then go for because what I say, we have years in Uganda, say we say at the top of Ghana. There were non-teaching staff for so one who even professional. And she said, the commercial cast teacher didn't quite be a mayor director general. If you see Payana, Professor Bianco, you know what you need to obey a director general, obey a minister for education. Maybe I'm a cassette. Opening a friend Matthew Kokrokoo, one of the best ministers we've had, Minister of Education. So before ye Dr. New. As well by with the implementation of free SHS, no many other police our panel, and now so no penny to move a boy, you could see that he did a fantastic job. And he will cry here, will not come on or charge their pay. Oh, now the only problem someone is we are Sebi within the definition of say, or native and any say we are our training college. So now we saw more since 1974 professors bear 5 or more point all of them came directly straight from the academia. And so in him said, you know, Mokasa, better, no Makasa, as we green a year.
Ain't here time by
We are no me.
Our ministry are
Ministry of Labor and Employment Relations. Open a bit to a tune so. Labor force also to Munai Assembly, so Omeka. And Yana, I mean, for Seven Ministry of Education, they have from which I'm who said, I so do Buasa, maybe you say, who quite anti-attempt on Yabra, no clue, or Henry, no, who's be Diaco. Assemble or no mountain can with Wufi and Bakufi, or were two the nice Assembly, who are from about him, Fianamaka. And we are going to Ministry of Labor and Employment Relations, now where he here in Asia, very part to be our said.
I see. Well, Monkomra mobile bidding come on. Yeah, that's an opay Kwesi Kwatting PRO Ministry of Education. And you're tuning Kano.
Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet
In the meantime, your oil marketing company of choice, Goyle, keeps making life ever so convenient for you. Goyle now accepts Momo for all fuel purchases, but just remember to Momo it at Goyle wherever you go. You can use your bank card, that is all bank cards, to buy fuel at Goyle as well. Drive to the nearest Goyle station today, buy your fuel and pay by Momo bank card or Goyle Go card. Visit the social media platforms of Goyle on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Get more information on the service stations where you can conveniently use Momo. Goyle is good energy. Goyle. Yeah, yeah. Sado ya mwachana pay.
Aya, yeah. It's Abdullah.
Yo, you too.
The cafe free man so dia.
Okay.
When you Ghana for say, Omocho. Ye question no. Ebia na nyam enkom hye na abamu. Enti omunye nya butre. Ye mompaye free nyame. Na e man so kwan so kwan no so ye frɛ wo mu. Ye frɛ man pan ye say ene mu ayɛ din nso wɔyɛ mpuntuduma. Ye frɛ se man so e free enkwanta so e komanso data no. Ye frɛ no omumode na se ne mu fi tu abama no. Mu disappointed wo mo ebe wo mo ya pa. Ekosi se afin kwa wie ya na se nesia de omumode na se afin kwa wie. Mo dan kwa omumode no onye kwan ma wo mo. Na since generation kwan no since na me bo wiase munya kota na nsiana ya frempon ado e man so edubia MP o tra kakra mo wo yes na na do say Asante region man so kwan no yes no umode no nkoye ma wo na nim se ne mama ya tin enso wo ya kwan bibiri yes no man so kwan ne gine pan bunkutu pan chow o ma mo kwanta nkusi so no onye ma wo na se nim si tu aba mo wo no disappoint wo mo ebe ya pa that's bibi friendly yaw adundoa
yo yeah that's it bibi yaw adundoa abacha machi
ya obakwame net say
adum now swear
oh nyame nshira o black kwame said bia me kasa wo de aduma o ye magana de bia wo se be bo abaso chama me koma asem so no me nsem ne ye nsem miensa bia Ghana akoduru me sa ko parliament na ofakwame yesuban ya ye de Ghana ano ne so ma chirechire mu kakra ofakwame bia me kasa Ghana for ya say yesuban ya o man pagini bia no obetimi ya Ghana ye this year se say ya karata ansa na Ghana no etimi akoso we de betina me kasa ofakwame ni pasi wiase ayedin eni pesuban na ama Ghana asasa because eni pa ne ye Ghana no ofakwame ye behavior see the 1 cedi and I said 10 cedis to dollar na de ade 4.5 o de 10 million wa Ghana no enye den e be ye den nyame bo wiase na ofakwame banche ye form no na ne bode na bode na ne banche na menkan na ne koko because ofakwame bibifo da bia me kase yesuban won se broni ye nku a bibini de tra obeye kokko esu broni a nye nku a ono de tra obeye tuntum because on se bibifo ahoya ani pata munyankumna na dia bedru samri over dia me kakaka ne se parliament anamo parliamentarians ne tu ye kwame me no kasa se tie e benya in fact ewo omoso because of omo family Ofa Kwame ne bone ne say se wo be hwe Christian agu kwa amana tena ko de fa gububum ne so ne de faso be brew obi ate ai ki ofori ata Ofa Kwame Ghana be bia yakodu Yesu ban ene de yakodu sabri me se yansesa o man panyi bia no obetuma ye Ghana ye what parliament what parliament na mo se ki ofori ata Kwame me se no man sia bi o man panyi na bo ba ko so tem o kata ye no ewi ate ade anyankopɔ kwanti min mfiri nipa wo ne pɛ o ma panyina tem bi obeka bia ne nipa gina no ti bɔne wo so pa wo de aduru wakoto wa ba man disia ne bɔne ne sei nyankopɔ kwa no eti bi nipa pɛ mfiri ne nsam kari wi ate nipa gina sakra ka bɔnefo ni wi ate bibi o ma panyina beka bia no no ma gina no ti bɔne me sei first na ne de kwansefo ka no wo a wo ti ba bi no tienie ebe ka be fra mata ma ya obekɔ akra no obetia 50 cedi trotro because ye nyina esu manye ya ntse esu banya we be koso ta
yo
for ya tanya chi to ba Kwame mesro kaka se Ghana fo mo mi eteta no bi ya kwa odi baba 2024 no esum nim kura be ye mo atese ya ntse yesu banya o ma panyi bi e no obetira Ghana ye
Mate Abacha mame na se men kwa agona nkum ochire machi
ye ja ofa fom tiden
adom
damisha wate
onchira won so
agona west MC ono makoma o tincha o mano bye
me yo sumitie
Mate ofa Kwame mesre Ghana fo ofa etude bia yare ho ofa hwe adanu me call agona sedru na supermarket bi me call kotade na mebo kinso funu penifunu wa ba so senya wo en company na ye sade na nke bebo oman no wana penifunu ba na kinso pia na ebo ese woto no sane ni kwan se woto ani sa penifunu be wu supermarket wo e ma me kasa wo change price no e wo ho ofa we trese Ghana fo ebi mu seda na nyoma kwa wotu tutumu no e koso ta ofa o kai se ye wo Ghana ha na covid by sanitizer ye fenisen sanitizer ne nose mask na kanebo no eni srosa ba covid ne by ne sanitizer yara wofa se na Ghana fo ebi mu peje ebo no edu kwa tie na wo tokwa won fema me ka se yare ne ko yi wofa ebi mu adam bo su meguden ema sanitizer ade ye hwe enyi Ghana fo ebi mu ye ni pebi a wofa se obi ne dadwia ne se obon pa se anyoma ni nyedin na won fen yawo omampeni nana adedan kwekufu ado wofa mpenifo se wutwa kasema wi a onwi na biara se ne wiasi na yede no ade a mebɔ nana do na ba so ni se wofa wiasi yedi nechi no onjae ya fa se free education fan to was on to meet aso amanfo ye ko school free ediane ye di free wofa aban we onye den bi mpa na Ghana for 30 say onye ofa ne wiase de die no obi an say izo se wo to no ma na se ediane apro ana escape say di daddy fitim bra nyankopɔ bo wiase de penende ye bre ansa na yedidi eye amansan na na sade no abesinsi amansan kom yenya botre ne ye mompai enka wo sie din ala ebekunani ene wofa ewiase na ede ni se bisu gina yen so ya aba so ebi se ene obiala penioma high they will suffer Kwame o yejuma okura phone bia minto force ya lottery se misumi pebi ene data obi dadwi na so wi so ka problem na onya data onya credit enso nka no na sa di na no eno eti na nyume di aba be ka ye ho ablabo yi mu no ena ye mawiase no akọ high e wo ye ni so eti e best say ye ni ensi en sapomu na do wa ya de papa ye kwan debre e kwan e koso de ma Ghana fo e ma ye nya wo mi na mso bi me da wasia no
ochre me da se infi agona nkum yenko kuma se Ali Machi
Kwame kwala ti Kwame
lafia lo Ali na ti say
yo Kwame
nyame adom
kwala no wo ya de Kwame
nyame adom nti
se me yere no so ne wo ya
nyame adom boko
ye de nyame ase Kwame
Ali
Kwame misra Kwame ye sra mu nyina mu mua ne yam pampa finance minister no mu mua Kwame di Kwame
why then
Kwame should the way to say Ghana ekoso Kwame baby Ghana ekoso akwa aminamu ekwa aminamu yan yisa papa ni antiruwa on to me Ghana for Kwame pesa moto about 6,000 ewa sisa moto eko 140 million for 14,000 Ghana cedis. Pocket
Burkina Haya, the Kotomo to Burkina Waya, and 250 million. Kwame, say the name is finance minister, say on town Ghana. Oh, Kwame, Kwame, Minasa Biameko, Mr. Kwame, who can, or Muti, Sato Power, or Momano Filo, Nagana Yamuntoy, Medasa Kwame.
Medasipi Ali, Yentwaso, Yanko, Hacho, Ajabe, Mache.
Let's go so this is Kwame.
Or this Ajabe Mache.
Let's go so the inform the same.
Adom now swear.
Sir, activities at work school, no book hobby.
Nyamiadom, homecoming near dear.
Yo. Just a miracle. We were a miracle. Opening.
Also, I'm quite so bad, so we do that.
I be with you, or by with you. In your baba could pay. Young pass to Bunina Hankopon. Ghana for Mumma money na ho. A bin a yachram would say. Ghana one year, a debate by ya into Britain within 2 months, and almost a prime minister and prince. A dear business will be and Yadikatua. The young one, you see, in fact, 20 and in fact, 20 prison when you will. What did I walk as I was? Britain and France almost aligned to petrol. In the Yamias say petrol, you boy then, I leave it in your bito. In Yanni Morgan, na Ghana for say yes, say to buy any ya. You bet bread, papa, and yes, okay, you'll be free, hono. Na dollar no about 5 cedis to $1. There be kakra. Now go ha audition. Onu subwe so na le be ko school free. Listen ka sabre uban wan ko school free a aga bedin. MPP for so. You see, do efu me nyame ehunu mu a efu ni enyeyi. Penny wo ye djuma papa. Na mu pia for ni fa de no tuja. Ye fa tuja. Communication directors inwa ahyan nipa mo jaw. Mo fa ni ma to kwemu. Ye mo ani ma penny ni ye no. Ye mo ho dawuro. Na obro kuma no ono say what to do. We should obi anko ma wo say what to do. And then takra so na ma abo no we kese. Odeshi Manuasi.
Odeshi Ajabe El Hacho Medase of Free London. Good morning, Isaac. Yeah, Isaac Mache.
Yeah.
Boko one na wo fom pa.
Mache o ti me kan pe.
Metonka ba yeron kakra.
Ida. Ami se me chai ti o kakra na kakra me kan se mu nyina mu ti mu badwuma. Na memu no me ha kakra na me tai ATF journalists or moment I interview panels inside the manema. And he said, then you'll be crying, or be passamoa. It says, Sabia, yen, almost little, a bed, swing, and fancy you'll be cassamoa, or be to a set assembly. Near our present, I didn't bring him no crenepa, but no, I didn't know money for casa, no coso casasa. I know sometimes because when you say, a Juma Sabimoi, a more educated. And I'm more entertaining. And sometimes we say, "Obi, so ye MP, so ye, so I can't say say in the crowd." Meaning, so they want this. Name across apart from one, majority of presenters, no. My they said that they man now they are showing. Yeah, so more can say in the crowd. Please, yeah, Montino. Oh, Mamu Kosum Kasasa, who has no can in the crowd. It's on their policies in Tino. Mestre say. Why na ya iti ni na no onyi na ne betimi akwa the correct source no sabe unu se enko fa obi a no access to internet the mestre se mu interview bi ana se mo panels na se ndika kan no mestre obi ka se mini no kra mu ye presenters no mo ntene ne man na mo nka no kra na wonu man come across most of the radio stations.
Mate Medasi Bebe, Isaac from London, Mr. Afo, Cape Coast. Good morning, sir. Mr. Afo.
Hello.
Empacho itio.
Good morning. Mpocho, mpome.
Adomwa swe.
Hey, hello.
Empacho itio.
Hey, make a suggestion to the government. Hey, masere ma nyame no na lekasi gina etro. Enti ke masere governor of Bank of Ghana. Na the governor of Bank of Ghana, or Minister of Finance, will sit down with the cocoa importers. Now, the dollar was the cocoa too. I want to say if there were paid in there 12 cedis to $1. Now, importation of petrol, whether Bank of Ghana and now commercial bank, wire letters of credit. I'm a oba why we reduce petrol. The petrol book of solar, the down cost because Bank of Ghana control dollars. So you know to be foreign zero the and then koto they will and then will yama on their own. No to do one over and yaman in most of their point. Also
If you are Mansonian call or suit Nana Bonsumachi.
Audition Kwame Sefakai.
Bonsu.
Can I hear the Morphin Shafa?
I think combating and fear so.
Well, I'm young now.
Utinqua.
Bow a check Al Jazeera.
And it was when.
Also, in shop,
Here in Yamiasi.
Now, the first minister saw me born about so modern bar warbo in your Benito and as a milku. Now, we say them Shamu. Coming here, Kwame. Wafidi Africa, pa, beautiful in the na dia mesre o mampanini sempanifo se yete tabete no na ne cha no na sei nya o mampanini nya samu dwumatia o de hye ye nua bema alan kodo kyerematen trade minister me no ka se kwa me ko ofin so bofo a so de o chiga na hapa swan factory ba ku hye wa enne o mu free north obi amakuma se biem e hona o moto sumet wanchifo nyina na o masade akọ omunchi. Did you make come and say 1 every almost 200 companies a year, Juma? Now, so Sikani petrol, no, Katasa and the Panaso. The Kwame said, Busia penny, Edge Bushapen Uniho. Now, what Busha penny, do a back. And she said, oh, nothing yet, near Kutia Busiana, also different. Now, come and say, former President Mahama. So-called regression of the two honor, a two man a deep party in ya, a dear administration in ya, the best woman penny because of buying a bakasem, it didn't see that. When you can always say, Paramecasa, the best of chair, Warrior University. But also, a dentist for that. A woman penny sapa or the Atoa. Last one, I was sent to senior high. And the sounds say, when you talk correct. Let him follow you come and you because the Saturday we are free. Every present day, year two. A some pay, not the next, or the Martin, Minister from the idea. Or the quite campaign say, I can afford to continue in the BCNCA. To one penny, sell.
Martin. Nana Bonsumeda say peace 104.3. A.B. Krenzel.
Peace FM.
May his soul rest in peace.
Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet Taki.
Now, very.
Papa.
Yes, I went to Manco and Sonko for Quay.
Yes,
na itawanechi.
Yes.
General economic situation. Fuel prices, food prices, inflation, cost of doing business, tariff increases, posture of government, Kumi Preko reloaded. Until then. In the meantime, Mr. Samuel Kumwacha Makwaba.
Mr. March and Sajo.
Now, see, I directed it means for you still Anna.
You know, for the record, I've officially returned to radio.
Hey,
and, you know,
officially, it's saying you be home more.
It's saying you be home more because now what we be no, may appeal to you and the Despite Group. Make a panel discussion. I just say be a home family because you know say. We have no poison in adults. It's Chawa General. We are preamble.
Nasa wono nkeni se obeye se obabe apeli to bia because den ka ofie ni.
No
na eja. Say wayira oba na se.
No kwe. Na the good news is that say nana wa here some be partner no. Because someone said propaganda and no crash with me say into one distinguishing one be hadrin. It is said officially no me resume radio activities.
Officially.
Time home more.
I me den ke be me dem.
Meaning pa.
Be me dem.
Na youth of yesterday, today and tomorrow. It is stick to youth.
It youth na. Na very I'm there who Sam when you are you.
When you are you father go pay with it. Sam one of the greatest communicators that Ghana has known. Nah. Oh yeah, then you go and you call some of your best people to come and speak for you, because Grandpa, conditions are all existing right now in our country. Nobody needs to tell anyone. Obiara, because Grandpa, eco marketer, the average Ghanaian, oh no, onim all these big terms, yeah. Interest rates, all of these things. But when you are there, what condition, what life, what day-to-day affairs, what was straight. Grandpapa, and say major 500 CDs, Busumi Biao, Meko market. Not me, bear 250 to 300 before. Since I don't pay is kind of also. Akutia on course. O transport fare edekwe djuma bano okoso. We bank akana nka to document nchi 5 CDs. Grandpapa say I got 10 CDs. And it's a situation and yet for the average Ghanaian is it? Grandpapa, I have lofty terms na nyama bia you should describe no onka wono. Ma opere wo hu there. Ebe kwan na obefa yebefa da aban befa da what condition of living obe bearable. Grandpa say what condition of living oh yeah unbearable yeah wa and at the same majority in parliament 80 plus people what's it yen sack finance minister. Grandpa the man say me otobi anaso mu because say the bibia should be inside. Na say enyama no onkoye okochewa. Grandpapa, it is only natural there the reaction of human being. Obeka there. Ma obi foforo so on be try baby.
Yeah.
Grandpapa, you were doctor or save lives. And I were doctor or a mortician. Sebe nyame afro no obe papa umu no washe. Now, obi the wa akwa foam. Man says here, you as a nation. The same person or the kweshe foam no. Oh no, sabe resurrect one, grandpapa. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, grandpapa.
Yeah.
And Kofo in Impa, ye hope for the coming of Jesus, grandpapa. Eschatological messianism. You will hope. Grandpapa, the same way in Impa, when you hope there, Ghana obey ye. There's a Ghana obey ye. The person on the Enkoshe Fumuno. And Impa ni Jiji will name you, no matter what you say. Now, I have been shocked, grandpapa, that majority government, majority MPs in parliament will rise up, will be catching Ghanaians. It has never happened before that they want this person sacked. And Yeshu Yahya, the president, the executive, so in there, or allow for this thing to happen. The confidence in our nation continues to be eroded. It continues to be eroded. This is MPP, MPs, no working. This is not the opposition people, no working. Grandpapa, this is the party in government was in Yama Onkoye. Grandpapa, Yama Onkoye, because what constituency? For the first time in a very long time, the pressure on them to give 5 CDs, 10 CDs to support households to come out of their pocket. And grandpapa is so unbearable that they are running away.
Baby said, will sacking one man change anything?
Grandpapa, it brings hope. If it won't change anything, that is why we vote for one person to become president. And you have hope. And if you put one person at
the help,
grandpapa, you say?
American tree.
Oh, okay. To Obama, you park. And he said to Obama, you park. And you hope, you pan and team. Baby in Koye, what team, you know, something is not happening well. It will football team. Strike and on strike. Midfield and defense are holding it down, passing the ball, and the guy is not scoring. Grandpapa, what do? A substitution. A substitution for the team to be able to move forward. In this case, the team is Ghana. In this particular case, the team is Ghana. And Ghana is saying that the reflections in our lives, there, grandpapa, every day, they untold hardships that awkward. Says here, the pressure on the financial sector. The pressure on the financial sector, Ubiapede Oko Yiniska. And all these things. And grandpapa, where was this concept when there was a pressure on the banks? Was to restructure financial institutions. And at that time, all the people said that Sikampe did it. And then the negative speculation that running the system down. Grandpapa, now the shoe is on the other foot, and we are saying that Sikampe did it. If we knew that, why did we do what we have done? Say, grandpapa, the people, many people have gone to withdrawn their money, change it to foreign currency and put it under their bed. Well, that's the one pass. Because will store the value. Grandpapa, as a industrialist, manufacturers, grandpapa, major as it on. Because grandpapa, Mrs. Sammy City. Now me de to dollar na me da to me raw materials, me da crab raw materials. And for a quarter, me think there plus or minus 2 percentage points will see the in terms of exchange rates. Now me that build it, make cost build up. My make cost build up against that for a quarter or even half yearly. Grandpa, this cost build up and it doesn't hold. And to say, at any given day, say, Echna, because of the price change, ma bokau twice. Ma bokau to do Echna so se me change metona, masa bokau, because every day they changes the uncertainty in the market, Grandpapa. It is killing manufacturers. Manufacturers who system name. I'm telling you them 4 of my competitors have gone down, one close with business. Because when you where they will get the cash to come back to put into the business. Grandpapa, and he said, if you are he who feels it knows it. Grandpapa, change. We need a change of a new face just to give us hope. Grandpapa, or your psychological, or the psychology of economics. There, if you there, the minute you pay na 1 year. Grandpapa said, Ebeka issues of war, issues of COVID. We are not the only country victim of war, of the war and COVID. Of all the community of nations, Grandpapa, you count. So why is it that in the community of nations, those who are surviving, we are going through this?
But everybody's complaining.
But Grandpapa, the complaint there, it will be everywhere. But Grandpapa, we are so hard hit. The statistics of the performance of the city in the community of nations, second worst, the last but one, Grandpapa. The second worst. So how come there everybody is experiencing them problem and you are in the second worst? On your reflection, there must be a change. And I know for including America as an opposition party, the party in power, 80 plus MPs were on the Wabe press conference that the person must go. There, it can just be a person, but for them to come, there, it is the person. Grandpapa, it was shocking. I was shocked there. I couldn't move. I was stiff in my chair. That the people in power have recognized that there is a person or her country. Now we still say that we will make a change. Grandpa, how is it that somebody will lose credibility? Will lose credibility in his own party? Forget about opposition for because now Ankasane party will lose credibility. Now you say that this person no got na IMF now on program on fanko. No make create a budget. No we have budget now. The same person is going to implement over the same route. The party in power, 80 plus MPs. There. He is the problem. He is the problem. Why Ghana is where we are today. Oh, Grandpapa.
Plus MPs no parliament. If you are, then what?
But Grandpapa, I make the hope. There is a
now besides that, now hope we go chop.
But Grandpapa, Emma, a new chance.
Peace FM
to also come and show to Ghanaians there, I can do this, or there can be something different. It gives people something to hold on to in times of crisis. Say, am I a hoper? Then we hold on to the hope. Then with these changes, maybe be for or beba. Until it gives us a certain grounding. Emma yenya in Cranshebi there. The my Chinabi David obey ye. Until say, and then I tighten your belt. Na ye be operation feed yourself na ye dua ye toast na ye jende na ye nyama na ye abide through the difficult times. Grandpapa, citizens are ready to make sure that they will find ways to survive. But
how about the call on the president and vice president? The ones who want to resign?
Grandpapa, the vice president.
And you want
sometimes I feel sorry for him.
You feel sorry for the vice president?
Yes,
why?
Yes.
Benta.
He is a person. Why head of the economic management team. But as head of the economic management team, it appears to us there only by TBI. And because of that, that is why the MPs have skipped the vice president and have gone straight to the finance minister. Because the decisions that are being taken, is being taken solely by the finance minister. So it's not really the vice president who is in charge of the management of the economy in our country. And Grandpapa, you see, when the MPs come, MPs of the majority party, one kasa wotumu but katamasemi the chain, Grandpapa, it speaks volumes because one who access to more information than you and I.
Back to my question. President, vice president should resign
Yes.
Part of the demonstration is supporting.
Yeah.
And I mean, besides that, do you support that thinking as well?
The thinking of president resigning, well, that's another issue. But the system.
Do you support it?
System now, people are rising up because the president is not taking decisions. The president is not taking the decisions. Citizen, your party has come to you that, look, this man must go. There is a uprise from everywhere. Say, what about your own party people? And they are saying that the man must go. And say, a resistor. Then it dovetails to you. That is how you become part of the aggression towards the situation. Grandpa, you see, remember, straight to the point. Grandpa, the powers of the president in our constitution, in the Fourth Republic, or too much, Grandpa, appointing over 5,000 people into position, or too much. Just in an IEA program last week, led by Professor Michael Quay and speakers, everybody, Emil Short was there, Dr. Emil Short. Everybody pointed to the fact that there is something wrong with the way politics and the way that the constitution is structured. And Grandpapa giving so much power to the president and then not acting on it in the times of crisis, he must exercise that same power to make changes. And if he's not making changes, and then there's a call for him to go, Grandpapa, then everybody is going to be shouting that he must go, because you must take the decision as the commander-in-chief, as the number one man, as the person that the constitution among all these powers over 5,000 people that you have appointed into power. Mm-hmm. If somebody is not working, Grandpapa, remove the person with the same powers that has been given to you to appoint the person. It is if you are not doing it, and then there is a cry that you must resign because you are not sacking people who are not working, the thing will come onto you. And then part of the demonstration is agitation over just the harsh conditions in that year from here. Grandpapa, the party in power now has been known for grandiose agitations against governments who are not working to the pace of citizens. It is a citizens, yes, will step up that there must be a change. Grandpapa, it is supposed to help you to clear your eyes, because sometimes when the king or the president is there, those who surround him do not tell all the truth, and he lives in a certain bubble. So when these things come, agitations come on the ground, the Grandpapa, it wakes up the president to his call and his duty to us, because he's a president for Ghana. He's not a president for MPP. Even though Grandpapa in India, Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown for one party state.
Not exactly.
You know what we are doing?
He wasn't overthrown for one party state.
One of the reasons. Mm-hmm. But Grandpapa, do you know that in our so-called democracy, in this 1992 constitutional Fourth Republic, when a party comes to power, it becomes a one-party state, because the party only takes care of themselves and their people, and then desperation sets in, and that is why the PPP's position in terms of reviewing aspects of the constitution to make able to be a participant in the democratic field, it takes away some of these hopelessness that if I'm not in power, I can't get a contract. It's difficult to feed my family. I'm not considered for anything. I'm on the periphery. And the hungry man, Grandpapa, is an angry man. So we have to be able to make sure that we our democratic dispensation, and that allows different parties, different people, able to participate. It is where we are now, in this time and space, with the difficult financial situations that Grandpapa, we must take drastic actions. One of those actions, as spoken by 80+ MPs, is to sack the finance minister for mismanagement of the economy. It falls on his shoulders. on any shoulders, not falling on grandpapa. Why alleged? The majority also alleged certain improprieties that has been done by the Minister of Finance. I didn't say it; they said it. And so, if there is this or issues that are being grandpapa won't take find a corner. You better deal with the economic hardships now. Or do Ghana. Grandpapa, if I catch me there, say Togo for economic hardship. Me Togolese. If I catch me there, Mozambique for economic hardship. Me Mozambican. Me Ghanaian. And to the Ghanaian, no, I have a right to make sure that I live a better life for me and my children in the future. And he said, if there is the response to your problem, what widen the response to include everybody in the world, you know. Grandpapa, that is not a plausible response.
You mean plausible?
Onya ada obotum wa hold, because we are all part of the human family. Na memedze na meldron. It is the Ghanaian the condition. And I hear who says here in terms of the mismanagement of the economy, Grandpapa. All na yen fight for.
Finally, President and the Vice, do you agree they should resign?
Oh, Grandpapa, I am saying that if they don't take the decisions, the hard decisions that is to be taken, the finance minister should be sacked. Grandpapa, if he's not, they are not sacking the
We've gone past the finance minister.
Then they should resign. If the president is not willing to take that decision, then he should resign.
Nigeria presidency one China on you
on China budget,
IMF budget
on Tashomo. A person now on Ankasoti IMF name will lose credibility with the IMF because of what the majority of the people in parliament are saying, that there are potential conflict of conflict of interest issues. Grandpapa, them know what can you? That is one of the reasons. So if somebody is sitting in front of IMF, that the credibility has been shot by his own members of the party, and how is he going to be able to execute the margin to Ghana for us to get maximum out of it? We believe that changing us for the new team. The party is full of many bright people. The MPP prides itself that they have the men. So if they have the men, let those men come and replace this man. Let the men come and replace this man. Now one share a corner over to Ghana because you are not happy that we are going through what we are going through as a nation. Remember, we are not happy as a people, and nobody is praying for Ghana to go through difficulty every day. We want a change. We want BB there or the Osisa while they are in power. Or the way you BB, our best open my hope, and that hope by the 80 plus MPs. That hope is to sack the finance minister. That is the hope that they have given us. And to Grandpapa, I am in 100% in support that this man in white, who has come to deceive as a people, as a nation, this man in white, the 80 plus MPs say he must go in the majority side. I support that the 80 plus MPs, I support them that he must go. Now, not later.
Now, have IMF also complained?
Grandpa, IMF.
Maybe it's
an international body. IMF is in China, a internal workshop. But
I want the crowd wonka.
Oh, Anka.
No, if you ain't
IMF can be any party that is in power. When you're BB, pleasant to say about them. Even when there are difficulties. He who feels it knows it. And you want to feel it. Situation or main or now you feel situation. Until we don't expect the IMF to become a political activist, the also make the A or B. But Grandpapa, the signs of the times is on the wall. The sign of the time is on the wall. And Grandpapa, you must swallow the frog first thing in the morning. Say the pressure issues be a difficulty be or the decisions be or they taking. You take the first thing in the morning. You deal with it and you move on. So this deferment of this problem until another time, grandpapa, or just trying to buy time and deal with these matters and try and speak to stakeholders and not. Grandpapa, the man must go.
The man must go. Nana Oforiusu. Now, this one from Felix in Adabraka. Welcome, my favorite youth for me. Government is somewhat excited that many people did not turn up for the Komipreko demonstration. But tell them that the citizenry now have a better way of venting their anger and disapproval, which is through the ballot box. Hardship is everywhere, but what the ordinary people are experiencing in Ghana is unbearable. Tell Sammy Oku it's not just about being a good communicator, but they should act and act fast. Felix in Adabraka. Please remind Nano Furioso that they need to release our investment with Gold Coast Securities, Dr. Parkwis Indom's company. We are suffering. Some have died. I am a retiree. Let me not die before my time. Yahweh Jane Kranza. I'll let Nana Furioso answer that a little later. Nano Furioso should know brevity is the soul of wit. Peter and Domi. And then, okay, this one I think I leave out. Just the announcement of Sami Ewuku, Director General of NLA, coming back on radio on a regular basis has resurrected the dying enthusiasm of communicators. So, one sacking can do a lot. Grandpapa MPP for Farouk in Tema. Nana Fori, is he happy to be the chairman of a dead political party? Abe Queen Lashibi, the PPP, as far as I'm concerned, is alive. And their national chairman is in the studio. And this one says, the only nationalistic placard I saw at the Komipreko Reloaded was the one brought by Economic Fighters League that reads, End NPP and NDC rule. The rest were placards of emotions and hatred. Kwejo Edupako Achim Esium sent that one. I don't know what you mean by emotions and hatred. Now, demonstration there, Kwejo. Placards, there are all kinds of placards come up. Nah, me say ya dana say a koboko. Kwame, I'm trying to understand the president's request that the MP's demand for the removal of the finance minister should abide his completion of the budget and IMF negotiations. This means the president is satisfied with the minister's work. On what basis then will the president remove the minister after the budget and IMF negotiations? I can't think far. Brokers in cantonments. If you rely on fake polls as a basis for democratically elected presidents to step down, numbers at your own demonstrations will expose you. They shouldn't be hoodwinked by social media popularity, because it's very different in reality. Again, when one or two anti-government stations allow falsehoods to be peddled and an constant insult on the president, it doesn't guarantee they can force Akufo-Addo to step down. Arrogant public activism must stop. Samuel Brian Boabing sends that. Well, arrogant public activism. I see. I don't agree with the various teacher unions. Is it their prerogative to decide who should be the Director General of the GES? Very soon, students will reject some of these teachers if the students express any misgivings. Joe Agape. Okay. You've Kromajo, and now the Nyashima.
Chairman General. Obia Obetana radio so and TV so. Na wakase sebeneme momre no na oye trofo.
Ta
na enema no hye. Me sachi a wati fo bi. Na mafa okase fidie so esa dia dagana fo ase. So even in the face of extreme challenges, niema moye den and niema moye hye no still no omodem paibo ene odo ene opepa esa ta na na do danko Akufo-Addo ne NPP abanyechi isan se we started on a note ayi na ye nimemra ye be share Ghana fa de be fa Ghana akonya kese no sabe ne be to ye no na yare kakra as a country by Sika Semon to ye and then my NPP ebe to ye in 2017 January. Na ene ye nyare and so ye ntiapo. Isan se enema ni bi wo ho no mo a ya bi hia ye ntam kese wo amamu kwan so. Na edu samre we no na wam amfa manfo no ni amfo dokwan so an chechiro mu niam mu a won betimi akwakoye mistake bi memo abakosem kakra
meje
emra NPP betena akonya so in 2017 in fact me fan from Emra John Dramani Mahama near NDC time. Mahama handed over to himself in 2013 January because 2012 no on one of them was president Emra Yera Mills in Yana Baby Koye. To 2013 January he handed over to himself. Now that time no now we share a year inflation ye hawa enema isifaso edane ewon 10 kwaso ina mana ebia wemu no ontoto ye no sika sam niema nka wode egu akwan mu emra nipa kokodidwa ene obekọ na niema adane Rajon Dramani Mahama breso ne NDC time wamo beto omoano the situation ana yewom Mr. Mahama efa inflation from a year 2012 no hand over to himself no na 11.2%. Mra near matimi cost from 10. Na Mra Mahama de amemo ne ba na wie in 2017 January no na inflation no akọ 17.5%. We analysis if you hear statistics government statistician office and figures your mama with that sika 7 to year any economists nti chese afibia no na yama mpani dada wakunya so na every year na yama bo koso that's the rate of inflation no economy nti enne no tia beto ne no ochina obekọ na asesa ochina chi obekọ na asesa ochina chi sana na ne dia na nti every year na ekoso ora na do dan kwakufu ado be fast situation we no in 2017 January 2017 eko na wie no na enema boa na ekoso tentem na ono beto 17%. The first year in government or the bar down to 12%. Meaning se niema boa na ekoso at that faster pace no. The government and then the machinery. Tika say we have the men no sebe in your slogan keke na yeka. A bar down to 12.4%.
From 17.
From 17. And this is a fact I'll go labi. In 2018, Ure Kufuado abain esama niema boa na ekoso no no challenging home from 17% or better at about 12% at the end of 2017. In 2018, Osama bar down to 7.8%. Meaning, say near born and some stabilizing some my baffle. Mesa de woko 2019, Ure Kufuado buying some money bar form a year near my boana a costron tentem about down to 7.1%. Na a year 2020 COVID no a trinity it could do 9%. Chairman General 2021 it is believed say COVID name pempen so no ana ewiase fane na no obi atinisuo e twa jajo it could do 10%. What are the first 4 years of President Akufo-Addo? Now they compare the NDC's immediate term on the first 4 years. The first 4 years of President John Dramani Mahama NDC from 2013 to 2017. A year a niyama boa na Kokrokoo soro. Ene ho sikasam entotoye. O de compare ultimo say no kreni nyame NPP modern bono na ewo soro. Na me de wokọ yesikasem a sese ababeye kwada na kese a Mediatum say afimu sidi no in fact ene se na niema bo a ekosoro efa no me no ka say inflation at the end of September 2022 ekosoro than 37%.
Yep.
Na o judge a government and the performance of an administration. Na o de share obiano at a time na nema e stable. At a time na even world crisis in the honum. Na de oma tonsenieni. No was a judge at a time omuni control over the shocks and the problems since so iwiase afane na no efisi.
Now, say in spite of the shocks and problems that we are facing, Yajatum say, yeah, so your brother will be a kahuna maya bedrusi.
Chairman, remember na Osha, the worst inflation period that you was in the year 2000. Saturday 40%, 40.5% under Jerry John Rawlings and Rana or Babeko.
I say, Kikako Hobium.
What they make a canco. You know, I'm saying, you trend analysis. No, Mamu who baby, as I say, Yabijana. First of all, let me issue a caveat. Me may politics of equalization and say a combat in political color. A Juma say in political color. And a Nipan a trade jajwa. Sebe on kase or MPP into kujumu and yama bof. But the response of governments in times of crisis is very key. You said you know, in fact in 2013, Emran and Addo Akufo-Addo John Dramani Mahama and hand you over to himself. Now the $1 to a CD, now 1 CD 89 pesos in the year 2013. On one hand you over to himself. Emra na oko na $1 a 4 CD 20 pesos. Not just a CD na ho den so te within 4 years no. Na ho den so te 55%. From $1 89 pesos. Was also a matter of fact. To 2017 January, a year 2017, Emra Oje Muama Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo ni MPP aban. That 4-year period alone, see the now holding SOT 55%. Not just say Nanka Ukra 100 CDs. And Nanka de Koto Adia, says 100 CD Nanka sa within 4 years no. Ne bit me to Adia word 45 CDs. Now me do compare Akufo-Addo so first term. Wono beso mu from 2017 echo Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo ono so no de echo to 2021 January sa 4-year period ono so beso mu wono so the depreciation from 4 CD 20 pesos obeso mu andora John Dramani Mahama Nanado Danko within the period ono so no CD na ho den so te 27%. That's 4 CD 20 pesos in 2020 into 2017, 2021 January, now 5 CD 85 pesos. Into no, that was the best record within a 4-year period. We say economists for our memo. Yakobane saying, "Masisi baby ayi."
How did we get here?
Chairman General, and no, na me share me follow sa America for campaign bi na me say bia one video of Barack Obama am say wo Georgia
Georgia
na o kan sempi me say na bia wa hwe sa ni video no eno a o say eniema na eto omo even America for no eye eniema omo amu pokura no omo tam kese omo bebi fiba o say bo mo sikasem say about a nearma boy kosoro about high energy prices, and said that why we are now creating mistakes for alternative or say the alternative is also not giving you anything new. Me find Hong Kong compare America. It's answer sebe obi esu usuna. But the current world economic situation, first, you say all politics is global. And I feel, you know, you're local. And I say, I be personal. Chairman, and near my AC will be manso. What he has to be 250. What in another first 4 years, where he took Ghana from, and baby, the Ghana be do here. Now they compare any anom the S1 mobile to any baby on the bedu here. Me did this and so you.
So we back as and the Yesu and the deal. And
a chairman, I say, because many equalization, but me more baby a fiber. I feel we share the current situation in the world. Ubia kem. And chairman is just a me who be your exception. Now, the response of government in these times, you know, for me has been very good. Bank of Ghana force me kakra.
Am I there?
August ending on monetary policy report. I want to buy. One of the policies I know introduced from September was that some mining companies, a basa omo kokodi omudwa eye omsika na eba to them no. Bank of Ghana decides to pay them in the CD equivalent. Okay. Was Bank of Ghana's initiative say send a bay almost be boosty forest reserve. In so doing, no, the central banks and kasa dollars be san fem nankaja yes small businesses and big business nya bi dia ko biga. Wo mo so ho be kire o. President address o man and say ye nuanu bi antie ni ye papa so address ni hwenim no. Point number 4. The president said say central bank no ma ho kwan so that these mining firms and mining companies no can also get omusika no in that in foreign currency no so that go through the banking system eye wo mom kwa kope ho besiane ade no e de enyanwo yi. Beginning of the year now Ghana were reserves of 9.9 billion US dollars. What it means is that Bank of Ghana none holding. I don't know, but I suspect. Now I'm saying I don't know. Me suspect is based on that. No, the finance minister projected say who here say you be call IMF because felt to say we should be able to weather the storm. Since 2007, every year Ghana called to the international market for a bond. Bond no ye sika okwakobo ho besia on international market. Ghana they primarily ye the debt.
Ye the
check okay. E kana president Akufo-Addo buy a wotua no. Enye car on be boy. E car na di kanfo ba be boy. Ye the small one ye the jaw. To wa breso no na amateur. Emre bi be ba ban foforo be ba no. Ono so ba beti Akufo-Addo so debt. Inti oko into the international market ekobosa abosia no. Unfortunately for us, this year the only year Ghana into the international market. Into the $9.9 billion na Bank of Ghana war reserves, no, they needed to tackle the priority areas. One would be disease. A year or more, a year petrol, ne diesel, ne sadi hujuma. Bank of Ghana always have to give them forex, no matter when they are Kokrokoo crude. Ocean Nigeria now, say so queue, almost a line on their koto petrol, and no crown yabi. Number 2. Bank of Ghana had to use these same reserves to support the pharmaceutical companies to also import medicines and drugs to support the.
I didn't think the international market.
We couldn't go because we were downgraded.
You're submitting a man about.
No, you were downgraded because what would you say? Ghana for this or manode because look, I have spoken to some economists or Mokase. The criteria would measure the performance of an economy in times of no external pressures and shocks. Some economists for no. If you use those same criteria to measure an economy in times of world global economic crisis, it would be a mistake. Say insuon toy. Now measure the weather report. It should be different from Emra Insuato. That notwithstanding, Aba initiatives in be deba, and again, Chama me do be twam so kakra. And Ghana total debt as it stands now at 37 billion cedis. No? Every quarter, we loan Libya in the past mature. A majority of them no kwajes abosiani in dollars. The Bank of Ghana no $9.9 billion or no as reserves no. And no be no dem will be this is some bit media craft fuel. If you know they buy pharmaceutical companies some bit me crack essential drugs and citizens don't can one moment me yaresa. That same reserves need be known every 2 weeks. Bank of Ghana releases $25 million to support the commercial banks. Now, Kwame, I think so also it got to a point Oma be pressured and Oma be stretched. Now, they say Abayin so it's not saying say we are throwing our hands in despair. As at the end of Ura John Mahama and NDC Abreso, one more corner, the import cover Omuja Ghana was worth 2.8 months. That just almost 3 months of import cover. That same period of 4 years, the import cover, not just you can import cover, a basa to range MC, yet to 2 year daimu, ubia mame boyen, a viasia fanen nanut min ko, and now wet me abba. Under the MPP, you have a situation of almost 5 months. Ubia kra mame shayen bibi and kwa bibi ma. That was the kind of situation Akufo-Addo's first term gave us. And no. A time comes, Mijidi said, I hate to say this, but I think Sayana MPP for it to be a yetinye.
Are they?
President Kufuor after a fantastic and spectacular performance in our second term under President Kufuor, 2007-2008, and a global economic meltdown. Kwame Yefree be credit crunch. I don't know. Okobon be sakra wunyabi. Ejumai fong be chiriom nkrofo twejajo e ma yure fi the first 6 years of what the Kufuor government had done. Ya dwen koye ntanta. Ya de fufuo ni fita be kire. When this one brew abeka sedi na ye one color. And ye dikodi baby so ye alternative. You need a government ohwe emra na mu odin can stand by you. Send ye what them pokra ne enkonfa mra ne enfa moa wofo. Ne pass ye enkonfa mra ne enfa moa a teacher for. Ye fan support to adwumai for. In this same Africa way, some of the countries worker salaries quite. But a time comes to when sacrifices must be born in the supreme interest of our country. And it been say, Chairman me say men can't trust any more. Times are tough. If last year everyone said baby I'm a NLE. Now rice I told any nan ye foreign.
Tana moyeno.
Yes, because taste my staff no. This year it cannot be same because that's all they makes it. So that we have the local production no. As we bit liquidity. As we are your majuma. But Chairman Bani say communicating to even ordinary people and the staff and that form. Kwanipana you used to say ben person my brand be edin we di foreign na no. What's the same across the way? Enye. But ya hono ya Joshua Chairman General e be din. On the issue of and let's say round now one of the sectors of the economy etimi agina firm crop production. Chairman Obi Obeka said duane pa mu ye no boa. The problem with the food situation now is that baby akwa keka no in the rural areas no. Ubekwa kofa na de beba no waboka. And one of government's response is that say some more trucks akofa nuane from the rural areas at the urban centers. Because nuane nyese bi ni ho ebu because the crop sector of our economy has done very well. Inti no ba bedu kroma ade anka ne bo no ka okofa aka na akotwe ba ya anka ne bo be kosoro na ba daroma or the back to the center. The second initiative of government our dey to akwam no say what the Russian economy in spite of the world pressures and the sanctions that so no currency in depreciating much because sika no the gold and our back no.
Na say also think it me sir.
It's a drastic situation. It's my drink question. Washa this year, the government and the vice president's office championed this arrangement. Say yes, started na Bank of Ghana into gold in war. Why? Because gold na hani etuno near the akko. But in the past, we've never taken a decision say as a mine and as central bank and as a government. A CSU team toya gold, the biggest holder of gold in the world. Unim place
UK.
No.
Yeah, Britain for you.
It's the IMF.
Some there.
And also you to gold or Washington. Into gold now, man for to know. Then they buy. No more store. So meaning say, yes, so no, yes, start to cultivate that habitat. It be a no, yeah, to turn boom billions. By betting me a ton of kakran to an extent, say at any point in time, no, the very pillar a back or currency, no, sebi sikakoko and our gold and our mineral resources.
Ain't you say ne crack say? Because
wow
MPs are my Jim said finance minister should go. And then one so ocean your course come reloaded here.
Remember chairman, I may share the preamble. Now may share Ura Kenoforiata.
And then Auda.
And then happy birthday. Finance
interesting there finance minister birthday.
Now I know he's had MSA when you're a very worst period. But chairman bibi if you see one a to the beer situation can conspire against you. Na enya won form so de by bechitre dia so. And when that time comes, when we now assess the situation and you take the best decision out of it. If we was akukudrone pepana ekompanoa and you believe say you still have the psyche to carry on, it's a courageous decision. But would you say it gets to a point? I just say, no you can also take a decision. When your first time, in May 20, I want to try and remember this date. 2014. I'm under pressure to fire Setekpe, Ura Mahama. And then again, Ura Lotte Jacobs must say sack Tekpe, and these gurus put pressure on Mahama. Now, non-performing ministers will be sacked, not say Tekpe. To me, is the finance ministers, for one reason or the other. I'm saying, "Why do baby no mutinye?" Because why it is a coach? When you are winning, you'll be given the credit. When you are not winning, we have to sacrifice you. Now, me shut the pressure. Now, Ura John Mahama, then a firm in the Setekpe time. Me kai studio here, and this in Penifoni be. One must see omo consume no. Na finance minister na am here the contain consume. But he had achieved some few stability, microeconomic. But when you body, masa, I'm saying situations can conspire against you. Now, in one of such situations, is what our current finance minister also faces. You have no control over this world economy. You have no control over war economy. You have no control over COVID. But also policies now they to form wahano. You can propose, but not baby can dispose. Because with current situation, you don't have control. Say.
Are you saying your MPs don't know?
Oh, Chama, it's not about knowing or not knowing. The MPs too under pressure. They're under pressure from their constituents because the MPs represent people. Maybe if I'm representing a group of people, no ma catch and say masa. Sometimes in taking the decision, we pressure as to what to constituents air canon, why evaluate and now evaluate you also have to communicate what they are saying. In an attempt to even explain, I am not the one to appoint or disappoint. That power lies in the hands of the president.
You mean to appoint or unappoint?
The president has met the leadership of the party, leadership of parliament, and members of parliament. I think that they've had closed-door meetings, and I'm confident the best decision will be taken by both the government, the finance minister, and the members of parliament. Me, I'm one person and near ecoso hey. And then near ecoso currently with our economy. It will say we are crying in the rain. But this is not a government who you be there. So pe krama kunre mu akoche kankani abrewa. Yankofa enso nyame ye krama. Eno de wo beti.
Ene ye
a game of chance.
De hene enso nyame ye krama.
Me say o pe krama akunre mu akoche kankani abrewa. Yankofa enso nyame ye krama. Ye fa ye bi da krama.
Krama be ne enso nyame.
Enso nyame ye krama ye ni awo kwa wo no giri se we no ebetimi afa we entimi fa. But I be da krama do no say we no situation we no wa we dari mu wa komu difficult wa be mu say nti ono no rem nti meti e grandpapa de a no ka se o nya wa ma ne mama e de no ka se se ni pa no ano ne sankofo ne sanko a se say grandpapa two options me say two options. Either say you are talking a CPP, if you are either say you are talking about the next PPP government or the next NDC government.
Say 80 members.
There could be more. And then quite some figure no crowd. It could be more.
That was what was
yes,
reported.
It could be more.
80 or plus members of this government is saying that the minimum pay Sisan never will be fulfilled from the same stock because what's it? They have the men to come.
The
other part in the 2022.
Na me check it sa import here.
2022 as I mean here.
O there say o chance me say o chance. Me I have told you the figure 80 no. It could be more. It could also be less. A bet me try a total. Share Biden and the American they accuse importers 9 shipping lines came together in 2021. Increased shipping by 1,000%. 9 shipping lines. Today, Turkey inflation and I'm 70%. You are going to feel it. Why? Because Ghana for import a lot too from Turkey. Inti nyamani bi wo no mo a na meka say esu a ye go through no me say Ghana for kwadana ya ban we kwadana. And if had it not been that this government na Kwame ujiri say ye dese ye bebo edimbone. Ujiri say ebe ye dese at a time sebe yes we are try to make sure say we cushion the Ghanaian people in an extraordinary times.
But say from who?
This cannot be a government empire. Aden ye elections.
Say
elections. Yabakwa elections ye niema ni ye na se niema Ghana for ho hehan ma wo mo kra beka se menye campaign and amid the so say we are going through this in 2022 the NPP ye will latest by end of next year to make sure that we are back to the path of economic prosperity. And I am in no doubt that this government about to an IMF economy in 2017 brought down inflation, made sure that exchange rate to stabilize it, grew the sectors of agriculture, a crop.
No, IMF
Messi, about to an IMF economy. We made sure that in spite of the IMF policies, no, we rolled out our program. Look, I was in our weekend.
And into all you vice president.
I was at the end. It was only a live draw for the first time in 60 years.
Judith ne Keswane. Bekasa so be live draw. Into
Ansana meba near Womefia Kain. The vice president arrived at Aonloga to a rousing welcome. Not somebody saying. That is one of the strongholds of the NDC.
Na obeketwe na beka brofo.
Odu ho no wo gye fefefe kwanso. Esa gye na nije kwanso. Wo mo anomugu park ne so. Wo mo nye less than 2,000 people.
And that's
well attended.
And that's what doso.
Otumfo gye ne samba. Gamanche gye ne fans. Da sebre kwa mo aboate ye kwa wuma hene. Ono so gye ne 3 points.
Oh baby.
Oh baby.
Oh nice.
Ansana awomefia so tena state awomefia kasano, and I wish people could play the speech of the awomefia or say odi ho yaw kakra say aban we in spite of the modern bo eye yade be say nyam na make awomefia speech which was translated in English, not Me na me translate you ni translator into English.
8 AMP.
Oh meba. Or say, in spite of a binding modern ball, and Yamani be a abwe kweti a bind way, a ye in Tokwa, as will be manswa yen ye cough cancer and Tokwa. And now faces on a year dear could ye woo ya a besan yemu ama or say ama a binding programs and the pepper as and could me twice on a man I diam and called on the citizenry and the people said this is the time I see a sharp binding crime in spite of these difficulties not to do your mind film. When the vice president started talking and now speaking, your friend no crowd to come and speak. The applause the vice president had in an NDC. I've conducted campaigns. I've campaigned in these areas before, in opposition and in government. Now, vice president, your friend saw Mekasa, and the thunderous applause unyaye. Mind you, this is an NDC stronghold. Was started so Kasa. Then laid the foundation, say, Ukrainian Yamemwayedin. And says, Abanzo is not leaving people to hang. And gave interventions are buying Eddie Biaba, including Yamama Bobo Suibi. And said, yes, Sunyan Kaya said, Abai, you buy a crown and Yamemo, you roll out some of our good programs. And it was to give credence to what our mafia said. Say, Abai will pepper any programs are rolling out. Sabe a year and time kesi into ultimate. Then when the vice president was mentioned applause, me where I was sitting, Kwame, many of me who yabenka. So obo achievement no, then you could see the people cheering him. They say, "Adia we unya the full video." You could see the people cheering no about achievement, no much cheer no about achievement. Then I saw at the extreme corner of the park, which was right. Corner, it is a corner post on the football pitch. A group of people, about 30, started rushing to the center of the Biana Omampenia they delivering his speech just behind the media. The media they were focusing on the vice. It's any way. Now behind them, they wouldn't have seen the movement of 30 to 40 people. Into whereas you had one group cheering the vice president, about 500 or so people to the right.
Yeah, 30.
When I saw maybe there, I'm not sure on the bro 40. I could count at least by 30 to 40. It's fine. I mean, that's a democracy. One was buying into no, acquire Jano no US speechy way. And then your man I work on politics in here, you know. Then also started away. Me say they form almost an insignificant portion of that 2,000 people who had gathered. Me if the vice president didn't have a good show, he didn't have a good day. Kwame, why? One answer we should speak truth to power.
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong in telling the chief. I think so why do they uncomfortable. But me say the generality of the people and the way they received the vice president and his delegation. And the government was represented by no less a person than the vice president. I saw some NDC colleagues there. I saw the Honorable Kujeto Ablakwa. I saw former NHIA boss, Pape Sly.
Mention.
Then I saw Deputy National Youth Organizer, Edem Agbana. Then a couple. That was a delegation. The government's delegation was led by the vice president, the information minister, the regional minister, some members of parliament, any other. For me, it was a very decent program. But you don't also expect the vice president to say, Sebe, we're gathering, talk about peace, talk about the historical connection between the people of Aulon and Asante Mine, because the Otumfuo was present. And it is also proper that as head of the economic management team, you must speak to the economic issues of the day. Into the medicine will be bitter,
as the head,
but it is necessary. Into he cannot come there. If me bahanam bekasa about memory verses today, Kwame, you tell me that Sami Oku now has turned into a preacher man. Mekana, and the issues of national importance and the politics of the day. Mekabi.
By a vice president in KBA one Kofahuanka Erona.
There was no Mr. Erono. I cannot count more than 30 people. Me kwable ukwame to studio. And I saw the people moving. Into me catch a cabo. Cabo was seated next to me. Now the cabo, oh, corner. Was the cruise to be back towards the center. Now, Yamewa, on that arrival, no, the way, no. But the vice president never got intimidated, spoke, and I saw a caption on Kofi TV also, say, bold Bawumia talks economic achievement before great chiefs. What shocked me was a reportage from a major media house in Accra. And on his social media, Bawumia booed at Hogbechocho Festival.
But he was booed?
Kwame, me say how, and you see, as for the headline, you can. Then I decided to listen to the reportage of the reporter, who said that because the presenter asked him, says, so was this spontaneous? Was it the entire crowd that would? Akwazo was a spontaneous one, and I was like, my goodness, who no face vice president? You don't have the luxury of even seeing your back. When you are on a stage or on a dais or higher altitude, you are able to see round Danipano Nujana or Wenimpe. And how can 30-40 people out of 2,000 you tell me it was spontaneous?
Nah, Mami.
And then over the same website of the major media house, you have one story saying that Vice President booed at Ogbechocho Festival, that same media house. Then another report on the same online portal of the media house, Vice President receives rousing welcome at Ogbechocho.
Mami, okay, o the Umbo media house, I mean, Beboding. My Joy online says here, or say Bawumia was booed for mentioning non-existent projects. Hogbechocho Planning Committee member. My Joy online says they're quoting Agbotadua Kumasa. No, or ye member of Planning Committee, or saying, Mr. Kumasa said the crowd spiraled out of control when Dr. Bawumia began listing some non-existent achievements chalked by the incumbent government. When the Asante-Hene and Kwewumang-Hene spoke, people applauded them. When the vice president started speaking, he talked about the unity between the Anglons and the Asanteman. The people were enjoying and even clapping for him. But when he mentioned the economic situation, that is when the trouble started. He told MFA Apple. He mentioned, among other things, that the MPP have built more airports, roads, than any other government. And the people who were there did not see the roads, airports, and universities he was referring to. So that brought some agitation, and it became very difficult to control the people because none of what he was saying has happened in that area. Nti, over to you.
Kwame, me say, we can't miss us who Ghana web. I say 47 then there of friends. 1 second. Bawumia's 47 claims on government achievements at Hogbechocho Festival true. Me say, for the politics of the day, I would have been surprised if the vice president had expected that he was going to eat ice cream on a pack. But courage rises with danger. Me, a politician, me do what term you say a part of the game. But nobody can tell me say 40 people represents the 2,000 gathered crowd that you had about 70 to 75% of them cheering when the man was speaking on achievement. It was on the 15th or so achievement. That was when we was a group of 30 to 40. But Kwame, that is not even me my matter for the day.
I didn't know matter for the day.
My matter for the day is that the times we are in,
Emra
Yewomi, Megidi say as much as possible, Abaya ne femu there in cutting down on ononia money be. Na citizens and so no Kwame. We have to take measures. Yes, you beat me a cat here near maybe. Ebia first. Sebe utu milka no a bit me hwe ni na no a wosum no ato atwem sese no entesa ene ya aban eso take steps say insuring up our reserves na Bank of Ghana ye encourage them say make dollars now available yen print dollars is only what you receive, that is what you circulate. My yen fa panic so nkoka ho na kakra ba betom bia nipa obi wo hono mo a or absolutely no linkage to this foreign currency. As what is Nkrofo se san musika into dollar. No so akogina mu what is an idea to dollar. When sika na ikra no on fanyere. I am happy say in spite of the challenges we are in, government are keeping a light on. And I am about in your Bema Dr. Matthew Poku Prempesos was. Now again, also so no. Last month, I was reading a report on one of the UK sites. Say if Niamaso Ekoso English mem, almost went to me and saw Modianoa. It's likely say from January on be low shedding. UK, they are in the worst recession of their time. What about other African countries cried any bobo?
We back as a mentor.
Na chairman, say na make us first the nanka was our convenience now bekano. But yes will be man so no. Say what you fi mu a enye ye. Sra na mesra driver for. Sra na be sra wo mo ton ade. Chairman, wunua pass no bu. Unua nyenchen. Ade ya wo ton nim se sebe. Nka mfaso anko benya ho pokra ye 5 cedis a. Won sa ho kira be. One also so no be na adwen say no so bebu ahim. No make sure say any o kuninu ana so obu ni komu ana o make sure say instead of 5 cedi profit to be 20 cedis. What we forget is that when we are not better say 20 no fi wa ono so do kodu o be 35. Na e be sra ban so no say yen hwe yen ho so ne yen kate yen expenses ne bi.
I feel you put you to.
Oh, Abai is doing his part, but Abai is not everywhere.
Yes, say cut the size of your ministers, your government, because it's a story be about COP27 in Egypt. Yeah, the over 300 people echo. ABC ayanokre, ABC ayanokre, ABC ne
300 people.
Yenya
Abai 8 wa over chairman general. Abai na ye 2 kwanya ye de 300 people ako.
But
so sometimes
the news is out there.
The information machinery, we should be able to tell the people what it is.
The news is out there.
NDC crowd they've been charitable because because they don't really have an alternative to what is happening. Almost so hedge. The demonstration that took place, I've read Minia Kwekubako's piece. Lawyer Martin Pebo decided was a Ghana full Namra Bonting. He said that the demonstration was going to lead to the resignation of the president and the vice. Again, also they were expecting over 100,000 people on the street. No demonstration will I ridicule because Makubia. The very issues he articulated, Ghana for no so said we only be tun senieni. Kwa must me demonstrate because ahochiraba me jitum sa ahochiraba. Say na ban ne nsa chem ne dem refremu a me ba be demonstrate. But ban ne de niam egu akwan mu se me fra me soso no me hwe na mu ha wa metimi aboa am ya come out of situation here. I'll listen to government. I wasn't surprised that less than 150 people turned out for the demonstration.
Does it matter?
It does, because who hypo the number to over 100,000 people. If me and I make organizing, I mean you're too sure of the psyche of the Ghanaian people. Mind you, demonstration is a major tool to make a statement. I'm not NPP organizing one good demonstration ahead of 2016. NPP mobilized not less than 900,000 people on the street. Chairman, and small matter. They filled the street right from Circle towards and past Farisco. When if you have a demonstration, police for doors to send demonstrators. One way, Nipa not try out of frustration, but I will commend them. Say they took even a bold decision. Say, look, even though you're not sure of what the Ghanaian people think, no, let's take that day. But to go for demonstration and say that this demonstration, you know, President advice and step in there. I think they're a lawyer and the however, it's important to bring government's attention to the fact that you say who ye be, but still I know ye tinisio, ye trejajo, and then make also constructive criticism of government policies. Maybe again, which are one of the demonstrators, because the NDC NPP rule no. I see a giant, and when these people disagree, because they will tell you say they hold the magic wand. And I'm banana. And you can say PPP are buying the next time. The others two disagree, but the very germane issues I be raised say asetena mu ayeden aban yenim say wo bo homodem but we want to see more of what you do. I am one of the people that on any day me sorry am aban way because they've exhibited courage, determination in the face of this global crisis. But the best Ghana for say e kasapane kasadeni a chirichirem and me say ya ne say unua pa no obu because of the current situation. And I yes so no ye taste no e see vary no. Cause if Saudi na ye te say foreign rice na udia, a time comes danim na local for no so no enyebi. Abai wants to go into supporting the poultry production locally. Idea where ya ka.
But Sammy, after 6 years, if in America say you want to go into
the agricultural sector, it was one of the sectors even in spite of COVID they grew here.
But unfortunately, the complaints about the agriculture sector are very high.
Yeah, but I'm saying you cannot solve the problem no at once. But the agri sector, I'm saying in terms of food production, any food security, Ghana, we are not in a place a comatoye. Now transporting this food from the hinterlands because of the high cost of transportation and the amount Philippines. If a buying measures need be say ye ko fan no buy no any nuane e dey the rural areas abend the urban centers will definitely affect the price amanakofom.
But Grandpapa, there are two things I make once. One, this concept that citizens and businessmen and all cause problems in the system. No? Grandpapa, I think that is being overplayed.
Danger.
Grandpapa, Markofa a tin of milk at X amount for me small shop. And then me turn no, it's not price not change. And then me buck out. It's not me turn price not change. My buck out. Into baby, you hold on to the stock until the stability aba system in terms of pricing. No, now turn my buck out.
Talking about pricing, obviously in Kofodia right now, Kwame, there's a store that sells Savlon. 250 ml for 16 cedis. This same Savlon, same size, is being sold in another store in the same Kofodia for 27 cedis. Now who caused some? Jerry and Ponsa Sabato in Kofodia.
The uncertainty of the market.
That's
a businessman. There is uncertainty in the market. Pricing, all kosher, all perform, all kosher. In him what to do, and he will hedge as part of a business person because all capital like that a hedge. Grandpa, the other thing about a farming produce being cheap and only transport, Grandpa, is not really true. The inputs now every year, we decide chemicals, fertilizers, all of that has gone up, Grandpa. The human labor we use to cultivate 1 acre has gone up, Grandpapa. It is a issue there. Say me farm produce no my year. Now I'm at the time that I need to sell. Say I say me 10 bags of maize now. I need to be able to make enough money. Me to acquire another acre. Grandpapa, you are not able to get the money. And what would an intelligent people do? Are we saying the farmers are not intelligent? They will raise the money, Grandpapa, because they need the capital to do another same acre, which is costing them double to triple the cost of what they did before. Grandpapa, this issue here, Grandpapa, may target the victims of horrible economic management by the finance minister, which has been told to us by 80 or more MPs of the ruling party in government, and they know they approve budgets. They know the situation.
Nana for what you
Grandpapa, one him the situation our main the MPs one na work at documents work at dossier what review
grandpapa
one na what yet the supervising authority the legislature
grandpapa
one na what share
on
issues of the executive not grandpapa the supervising authority the big house of the legislature
when I say you are running away from the point
no the ruling party
Obi are sending message say
this is the cause of our economic woes. Grandpapa.
Me say,
who are we? There, you have a question. The big house of the legislature.
Nobody is questioning it
to check against the executive. Grandpapa, you said him there, the executive uncut. They have not cut one cut in terms of the size of government. One sending a signal in terms of how government or do. Grandpapa, in difficult times, you cut your coat according to your size. A tighten will belt. Ain't too many boy will belt. Then your man quadru what them or kodo as if there you need difficult time be our Ghana. Grandpapa, we are at the crossroad. You were very difficult times. Ain't you peda yeshe. Now your man is saying Obem. Grandpapa, in 1980s, we rejected the budget, At that time, the budget was rejected. The party then had majority in parliament, 71 to 69 of the total opposition. Grandpapa, and the issue came from within. Now, Grandpapa, issue back from within now, or the because it becomes a national security issue. Because party now, what power now, what leading, the members of that party, we are being led in the wrong way by a wrong leader. Grandpapa, this is a national security issue because the party in power, what did they one rule the nation to benefit all of us. But there, the person who is leading us economically, and the persona of the finance minister, only they are wrong, and we must sack him. This is a security issue. Grandpapa, this happened in the 80s. This has happened now. Or a unique situation that we see in Ghana. The power of the executive in the legislature, according to Professor Michael Quay, is so much so that the president determines the seating arrangement for parliament. There's a president with this overarching power in parliament. Then parliament rejects the president's decision in the form of a finance minister. The majority is speaking against it. Look, the president must listen. It behooves on the president, although Ote, he should show that he's a listening president. I've never heard it. Incumbents say opposition can to Nimpeya. Only opposition political talk. But when the people now walk at the helm of affairs, this is bring koye wakocho. Yes, Sandemo Pape, he's also allegedly benefiting from loans being taken by the nation. It's a serious offense.
Sammy, this one says, tell Sammy Oku to also know that even though there's enough food, the animal sector is suffering badly because of importation of all kinds of meat into the country. Let's support the animal industry and animal research to produce our own healthy meat for consumption.
That's a very fair point.
To reduce import of meat products to save our currency. Doris sends that.
University of Ghana. That's one of the few things I agree with the Vikings on. Comments as Sabaho Senior Con. And in fact, the University of Ghana's School of Agriculture, they prepare some of the best. So basically, in any panic, whilst government is looking at crop sector now is strong, let's bring the food to the urban centers. Ubiso agree on also the urban is that the animal sector, let's also take a renewed interest there. To make sure that meat are important because we are in a situation where Obi adwene ho first. Every country now,
the first law of nature is self-preservation.
Self-preservation. And nothing that make us a cause to say, "Kwame, and yet tasting in an ebede." And yet tasting in an ebede. But I'm very confident, with the measures our government is taking. And Grandpapa, if you want me to really also once again reiterate my position on the finance minister's thing, may say sometimes you will mean well. But the situation will conspire against you. when that situation confronts you, who are the mental architecture? Say, look, I will still be able to hold on and take them out. You didn't say, do baby, so look, maybe me as a person, I am the problem. But Kwame says something. Do you think that although go alone will solve the problem? But you also respond as a psychological. So let's see how it goes.
It will give hope.
It will give hope. Say psychological. The good news is that the government has a roadmap. You need MPs next year. And I'm very confident that these matters, with the leadership of Parliament and Party, is being resolved. And we move on.
Samuel Kumamena sinano for you so mamena sianope tituni mwa mutie aluta continua Victoria Aseta. In the meantime, Kai Busia Force Yeja Yenana Nana Kwame Achampong Ebusia Penyo Ankasi Eduana Royal Ebusia Ana Etafen Judge Barton Corey. Wenyane baby ko na ya wade be ebe ne na ochida awo kumewu ahemfie ewo kumewu nti ebusuafo nyina ye kaimo se mumra mbejam yense ye nana ye papa ne dindi nana Kwame Champong ye busuapanyi ankase aduana ebusua ne din so the Judge Barton Corey wenyane baby ko ya wade anopa 6 am to 6 pm kumewu ahemfie and yebeni na ochida yebedi na ochida men kan samum you feel me that say no pay
chairman my son for video so asan da wase enye ni pen na nya sa fanya de betina wo video so na obehu me mo
me hu mo de tojwa na no for you so send you hu mo pe na wetimi aboyem
no na de sanya na ye de ya sum da ho no boyem but the good news is that on Mondays they say no me no always a date with you here they say ya mo de ni ho na yetimi so atini wiem but Kwame
yes
me di twa to okra no this government appreciates it and you me edin and you me modern aban ye ne fem de no ye besere manfo Kwame niema ni bi wo ho no ma yidi senki twitwa so a kebeboa on our side as citizens see take steps first na yidi say wenum be yo de na niema no tonum yinu a sisi no oton ba ko so a no de manage na day na end na yendo ye ho more because say obi send a message say one product from one shop to the other shop the same day same minute 16 to 20 something there na anoche medasi
peace 104.3 we go This one says, kindly wish my husband Raymond Safutichi of the Ghana Immigration Service at Flow. Happy birthday to you, Raymond Safutichi, from your dear wife Frima Osei and your children Isaac Safutichi and Kezia Safutichi. Kofi Kumbelson is next on your radio. The next news broadcast is at 12. We've done our bit in service to God and country. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow morning. May your day be blessed. Remember to keep your dreams and hopes alive. It's a tough world out there, but still we rise. And so when you stop to say a prayer, remember to say one for me too. God bless. Good morning.